Hello, and welcome to this video series about new features and improvements in the Itential Automation Platform 2021.1. My name is Alex Degitz. I'm a Senior Product Manager here at Itential. In this video, we're going to talk about the Extensible device support feature that we've added in IAP 21.1. What that allows you to do is to add configuration parsers for new device types that are currently not yet supported in the IAP system. So if you're onboarding a new device type, for example, you'll be able to tell us how we should parse the configuration, what kind of specialties there are, like comments or banners and stuff like that. So that we can parse that correctly and so that you can use that in your golden configuration trees to run compliance, run zero-touch remediation, and other things on those devices. This support is included in our Configuration Manager application, as well as in our Automation Studio application in the Command Templates feature. There, you're also now able to fully set how command templates should be executed, be it through NSO's live action calls or through anything that you have in IAG, be it an Ansible module or a script that you've written. Let's see what that looks like in a live demo. Here we have the IAP 2021.1 environment running, and we have a Cisco ASA device here, for example. We have a config loaded here. So let's take a deeper look what that looks like when we say writing a config parser for this configuration here. And so I'm actually going to open a pretty plain out of the box Cisco ASA parser. And you see some parser rules here on the left-hand side here, what it looks like for it to be an end line, what a single word looks like in different ways in this configuration. And so what we can do here is we can select the device, and I already have an ASA loaded here. So by clicking on that device, and we could look at many others that we have here, it's a paginated list, we can search through here, but when we click on one, we basically get the configuration of this device. So that we can play around with it and see what that parser does to our configuration. And all I need to do is click this play button or this execute button here, and I directly see how we're currently parsing this device config, which we already see. We recognize each word in that config correctly. We recognize the parent-child relationship of this device correctly. So there's a lot of good stuff that's already happening. One problem that I have currently, though, is I would rather not want to see this commented section in my actual device config, because I don't want to run like compliance reports against like the saved word or the serial number or stuff like that. So that's something that I would like to have excluded from my parser. So what I can do, since this is a system parser, I can't change the default behavior here, but I can just very easily create a new one. So let's go through this list. Let's say I want to create a parser for my ASA devices, and I'm going to use the current one as a template to start with some basic rules. And again, I'm just going to select my ASA device, let the config load in the background. That will take a second. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new rule. And what I'm going to add is basically a comment section here. So all I need to do for this is basically to add another rule here. And I say, I want you to recognize that something is commented out. And as we see here with the Cisco ASA device, comment out is basically this the semicolon. So all I need to do here is make sure that a comment is, the semicolon is recognized as a comment. And I'm gonna run this now. And now we see on the color coding that now we've recognized, oh, this semicolon is a comment. So we're going to ignore that for any compliance checks, for any remediation that we do on that device. This is all regex and character based. So there's good libraries and good websites out there like regex helper that allow you to build a good rule that will match your configuration. So for example, right now I'm only matching the first character here. I could very easily add, for example, a statement like this that ignores or that has any other letters included in the backs to make sure that I have the entire line that I'm actually ignoring. So there's all kinds of stuff I can do going forward to configure my configuration parsers and use them as I want. And just to show you that that actually works, so if I save this configuration parser, we have now an ASA parser, and when I create a golden configuration tree, I can now select the ASA parser that I've just created and build a configuration tree off of this new parsing rules. Thank you so much for joining. I hope this helped, and I'll see you next time.